everyone. Welcome to this day. Here we are on Friday, and wow, a little fog out there this morning. I'll tell you about the weather in just a moment. On our show today from United, we have Gary Morrison, and Gary is the finance person, the treasurer on United, so he's going to be giving us a finance report. Also today, we have on Scott Goldman. Scott is the president of the board of directors of the El Toro Water District. A couple things he's going to talk about today. They have their official grand opening of their demonstration garden, and he's also going to be talking about the recycling project that is going on. Now from South Bay Jewelry, so we have Sterling Financial, of course, and South Bay Jewelry. Gina Watson is here today. She's the owner of South Bay Jewelry, and she's bringing along a guest from AgeWell. They are going to be talking about wills and trusts. Well, really, how does some of your precious possessions, really when it comes to jewelry or any kind of silverware or anything like that, how you can kind of put that into your trusts and wills, and we'll talk about that. All right, as far as meetings go today, there are no meetings, so nothing to report on about that. I will tell you about the weather now. If you've been out and about already, if you're watching us in the morning, we're kind of in that what I would call the June gloom mode, which is kind of nice, meaning we got that thick marine layer out there, and that'll give way to a beautiful day today. I think we're probably looking at anywhere from about 79 to 81 or so, and it's just going to be absolutely gorgeous today. As we move through the weekend, we're going to get a little more of the thicker marine layer coming in, and so therefore the temperatures are going to start to go down, as you can see, but still very, very nice weather. I look at Easter Sunday, mild with morning clouds, about 73 or so, and then as we go into next week, we're going to just keep hovering around the 71, 72 mark or so, and that will continue all the way through next week. The difference is how much of the clouds, the morning clouds, we get in the fog and the overnight, and that's really going to be about it. So in a way, we're kind of in that early June mode already, and here we are. April 1st is on Sunday. So nice weather, absolutely beautiful weather. Let's look around the state, and the same thing is around the state this weekend. Even look at way up there, the north coast, Eureka, 62 degrees, mostly sunny to sunny, and those places that I put mostly sunny, it's really, again, the morning clouds coming in. They'll break in even those areas, the Bay Area along the peninsula and San Francisco. Once those clouds break, the morning fog, it'll be nice up there. Everywhere else you can see is just beautiful. Tahoe and Mammoth, again, if for you skiers, what a time to go up there. I think Mammoth something has, what did they get? Something like they have like 17 feet of snow in certain areas, 11 to 17 feet of snow as their base. So. And it's going to be gorgeous weather. Yes, it'll be crowded because of the spring break coming up, but what a time to go skiing. Even the local mountains are doing fairly well as far as the amount of snow that they have. So for you folks who love the winter sports, even though we're making our way into spring, boy, the next few days to next week, it's going to be a perfect time to enjoy all that. And let me just get out of the way to point out that look at Palm Springs, just spiking up to 94 degrees. That's their average this weekend. So if you're headed out to Palm Springs, it is going to be a hot one out there. Now, I will tell you that they might have some clouds out there, at least today and tomorrow and maybe Sunday. So that'll be a little bit helpful. And they are going down to the mid-60s at night. So they're cooling off pretty well, but they're already up there in that really hot weather. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I want to welcome you to our brand new facility here in Laguna Woods. We've been serving the community since 2006, and we're super excited to bring you an awesome team of doctors, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Asaturians, Dr. Vian, myself, here to serve you in our brand new state-of-the-art facility. Call us in the morning and we'll get you in the same day, guaranteed.
Hi everybody, I'm Sean Thomas. Welcome to Sports Talk. Come join me here every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. for sports highlights, tournament news, and interviews for Laguna Woods residents and around the world. Hey, maybe even Broadway. It's a beautiful day for a ball game. Put it on your calendar. Thursday mornings, a great way to start your day with me and the Sports Talk way. Or even a triple's okay. I'll see you then.
Are you or someone you know having difficulty with day-to-day activities? I'm Lori with Acticare. You want to stay in your home but worry about falling or losing your independence. We at Acticare can help. A personalized plan is designed with as much or as little care as you need. Please call for a free care consultation to make your life easier and more enjoyable.
Acticare, responsive in-home care. Your first day is free. Please call us for details.
I retired 18 years ago, and a good friend of mine says, "Hey, Gear, what the hell are you going to do with your time now?" And the next thing I knew, I was a delivery man for Meals on Wheels.
To the homebound neighbors he's delivered meals to for 18 years, my father, Homer Gear, is the real leading man.
Hey, well, hello there. How are you today?
Well, right now I'd like to welcome Gary Morrison. Gary is, of course, on the United Board. He is the board treasurer. And I know today you're going to give us a finance update, right?
I am. Maybe not what you want to hear, but it's
It
not
is
bad.
what it is, am I right?
What it is.
Hey, I want to mention very quickly that if you are watching us in the morning, because by the time this replays, the deadline will be over, but I do want to mention this, that applications are still being accepted for the vacancy on the United Board. Now, this is a very short term. It goes into the fall. So if anybody wants to give it a try, this is a good time to do it. There's the information on the screen. And again, I apologize if you're watching the replays later, but I wanted to get this out one more time this morning. You can get your application by coming up here to the second floor of the community building and filling that out. You can contact Catherine Laster. You can see your email and phone number there. And so if you're interested, again, this will go to, when is it? It's like October, right? Yeah,
Correct.
October.
Yes.
So a good chance if you want to just say, hey, is this right for me? Give it a few months trial, right?
Yes, and we need all the help that we can get. And so we welcome anyone who wants to come forward and volunteer their time.
Yeah, so there you go. All right, let's head on over to finance land.
All right. Now, do we have slides?
Yes, we're going to
Okay.
bring up the slides. Yes, sir.
Okay, on slide 1, the revenue for United through February the 28th, 2018 was $6,739,000 compared to expenses of $5,785,000, which resulted in a net revenue of $954,000. Okay, slide 2, please. Thank you. Through February, United Mutual was better than budget by $806,000. This was primarily due to the timing of invoices and budget distribution that differs from scheduled work. And this is like as a result of moisture intrusion. Funding for the program is on a contingent basis, and in some cases, and especially at this time of year, we've performed or we've had outside work performed, but has not been billed yet, so has not been booked. So that's part of this moisture intrusion figure. We've had waistline remediation, works in progress, building structure replacement. Funding is on a contingent basis and work's not been required to date. We have roof repairs, of which work is in progress. Okay, slide 3, please. On the pie chart, we show non-assessment revenues received to date of $215,000 by category, starting with the largest revenue generating category of interest income, followed by chargeable services, laundry revenue, and resale processing fee revenues. Okay, on slide 4, pie chart, expenses to date, $5,784,000. Our largest categories of expense are for compensation and property taxes, followed by utilities and materials. The last slide, the reserve balances on February the 28th, 2018 were $23.3 million. Our year-to-date contributions, interest to reserves, were $2,050,000. Our expenditures were $1,150,000. Okay, next we'll get into our monthly resale report. Our resales are down this year, and they are last year we had 73 sales. This year we had 44, so we're down 29 sales, or almost 40%. Our average resale price is gone up from $239,622 to $275,015. The dollar difference is $35,393, so it's up almost 15%. Our delinquencies have gone down from 79, almost 80,000 to 71,000, so that is also positive. Our chargeable services have gone down also $10,000, so we're kind of pulling in some extra money there.
Right.
The next thing I want to talk about, and this is, we're going to be starting budgets next month.
Yes. Yeah.
Not a fun thing to talk about. What we're finding more and more is that we have a lot of remediation that needs to be taken care of that was not taken care of through the last PCM. We're having a lot of water intrusion leaks.
Yes.
Last year cost United alone $1.5 million. Now, that also does not include people having to move out for several months. They have to have the walls cut down. They have to have everything dried out, floors replaced. I mean, it's a mess.
Yes.
To say nothing that their insurance premiums are probably going to increase, and they're going to have their, I can't think, when you have to pay up front.
Deductible.
Deductible,
Yeah.
thank you. So they have a deductible to pay, so it's a very inconvenient thing to go through. So we're finding that we're having the waistline leaks, and we're also having now supply line leaks. So the copper are starting to, we're having small leaks within the walls.
Yes.
So what we want to do, and what we've started to do this year, is when we're going in for the waistline remediation, we're continuing on into the supply line remediation.
Okay.
Now, I've also found out that when they've replaced the toilets in the past, they've not replaced the valves. So the valves are old, and they're causing sometimes just if somebody hits it or turns
You're
it,
talking about
the valve on the wall that goes to the toilet. So those need to be replaced, and so we're going to be starting a program to do that.
Okay.
So we're just really into a lot of things right now.
Yeah, that's true.
We have electrical components that need to be updated and replaced, but I think that we're not having the costs associated with damages through electrical that we're having with water, so I want to throw the money into water at this point.
Right, and is this, I know you've talked about this before, that although this plan, the water remediation plan can take several years, you've talked about speeding it up because in the long run it could end up costing more because of the cost of leaks and things like that.
Well, I think, and this is something that I cannot decide on my own, and this is what I need to take forward. I'm hoping that the people come to our meetings, voice their opinions, but we're going to have to get some money together, and whether we do this by increasing our monthlies, a supplemental, or a bank loan, and I know bank loan people hate to hear that word, but when we're spending $1.5 million, we could be borrowing $20 million and paying less money than what we're paying for cleanup.
Right.
So, you know, I think we need to get a good grasp, but it's not my decision. I want to know what the people that live here want to do about it. I also want to bring up, this just came up, an appliance problem where some people they had a new refrigerator, it was on warranty.
A refrigerator supplied by United.
Correct. Not their own.
Got it.
Okay, and so GE came in and they didn't have the parts to fix it. So these people were without a refrigerator for 3 weeks. So we've got a new policy now in place so that if people are running into a problem such as this, we're going to be bringing in a new one and taking out that old one. Because people should not be without appliances.
Yes.
So that is just starting, and I would tell everyone, if you're having any kind of a problem like this, call resident services and they'll be taking care of it.
All right.
Let's see. I wanted to also mention there's a possible scam out there. And I just had someone come up to me yesterday and went up to this lady, and they were representing themselves as a real estate company and said that the house next door was being repossessed, which we thought was kind of odd because it is not even in delinquency. There are no delinquencies. And they were asking for the deeds, they were asking for this and that. Well, we don't even have deeds here, so that kind of tips it off also. So I would want to tell everyone, if you are approached by anyone asking questions that do not seem reasonable, call security.
Okay.
And that's about all I have.
All right, and I know going forward you'll give us updates on, you know, the budgets go several months.
I will do that.
We'll see how that plays forward.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Thank you for coming on as always, Gary.
Thanks
a lot.
Always
good to see you. You take care, and we'll be right back.
It's supposed to be 90.
Hello, Laguna Woods. My name is Rick Bradford, and I am the pastor of Saddleback Church of Laguna Woods. I would like to invite you to join your friends and neighbors right here in Clubhouse 5 every Sunday as we worship, as we enjoy a free breakfast, and as we learn from our pastor, Rick Warren, the author of the best-selling book, The Purpose-Driven Life. Please be assured that you will be warmly welcomed at either our 9 or 11 a.m. service. I look forward to meeting you personally.
Hello, I'm Eric with Leak Busters, your plumber friend in Laguna Woods for over 20 years. To date, we have worked on over 2,000 homes inside Laguna Woods. We have a couple questions for you. If your faucet or water heater springs a leak, who are you going to call? If your drain is clogged or experience a flood, who are you going to call? Please call us, Leak Busters. Who are you going to call?
Leak Busters.
Who are you going to call? Call Leak Busters Plumbing and Restoration, 800-714-9960. Who are you going to call?
At El Toro Pharmacy, your health needs and your quality of life is our top priority. We can be trusted with all your prescription needs, delivered free to your doorstep. Call us to have your prescription transferred. We will take care of everything. No hassle to you. We are a full-service pharmacy carrying all your over-the-counter medicines at competitive prices. And we offer complete diabetic care and your immunization requirements too. Under new management, come visit us in Moulton Plaza. El Toro Pharmacy will never be undersold, and we offer the finest after-sales services.
The recently completed El Toro Water District Recycled Water Expansion Project has now delivered over 1 billion gallons of recycled water. The district is preparing to construct a second phase of the project that will install over 28,000 feet of new recycled water pipelines in the Gate 9 and Gates 5 and 6 areas of Laguna Woods Village. The Pipeline construction will begin in early November and should be complete by June of next year. The district sincerely appreciates your patience as we enhance the water supply resources in the Laguna Woods area.
With me right now is the president of the board of directors of the El Toro Water District, Scott Goldman. Scott, always a pleasure to see you.
Pleasure to be here.
And we got a couple really good things to talk about today. And the first one is the demonstration garden that I had the pleasure of taking a tour of the other day, and we're going to bring that segment in the future to folks. But man, it looks nice.
Yeah, it turned out really well.
Yeah.
We're real pleased with it. It's been several years in the making. We finished up the construction, maybe 6 months or so ago, and it took a while to make sure we got all the right signs in and the interpretation. We had a lot of help from Lake Forest Garden Club and local college to get everything right. And so today we're actually having our dedication ceremony.
Yeah, and that's you're going to be heading over there in a little while, but we're going to bring up your slides in just a minute. But I just want to say again how really nicely done it was, and I love the fact that there's different areas, different gardens, and I know you're going to get into that, right?
Yes.
All right, very good.
Yeah, so we set this up as kind of an outdoor classroom.
Yeah.
And it's open, all year long, 7 days a week. There's enough signage, there's interpreted signage to cover the 4 different kind of areas. We have a Mediterranean area, a South African, Australian, and then a succulent. Mm-hmm. And it's really intended to show how you can have an attractive garden, landscaping, without a lot of water needed. So conservation and helping to kind of change the mindset.
Yeah.
As you remember, we used to have just a lawn out there. And then with the drought and the conservation restrictions on use, we turned the water off a couple of years ago in the middle of the drought and just let the lawn die.
Yeah.
And so it was looking pretty terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
So
what an improvement this is.
Yes. So that's when we decided it was time to finally invest in the garden and change it out. So so we have large signs that kind of walk you through the concepts.
Yes.
And give you the ability to kind of understand the way it's put together. And then we have individual plant signs.
And I love the way that when we were there the other day, how you have these different gardens and the Mediterranean and the South African, Australian, and things like that. But they're all plants that can be grown here. In fact, I was walking around with Sherry Seitz over there, and I said, I wonder if down in Australia they have something that says Southern California Garden.
I'll have to check that out sometime.
Yes, that would be interesting. But all these plants are easily available quite often, and just the nursery, I know she said Green Thumb Nursery helped out a lot, but places like that can easily be found, and they're inexpensive. You don't need to buy big ones because most of these plants actually grow fairly quickly.
Yeah, it's interesting because we finished the planting last year, October, November, and then we didn't have much rain. We had like a month of rain early in December, and then nothing until March. But it's grown. It's amazing how much different it looks now.
Yeah.
It kind of matured into a healthy looking garden relatively quickly.
Yeah, they go quickly, and they're beautiful. People think that drought tolerant gardens aren't nice looking gardens, and you can see they're flowering here. And different times of the year, if you get the right mix, you'll almost always have some kind of a flowering plant.
Mm-hmm. And then, actually I had to do some landscaping at my house. And so I did go to the garden and look to see the signs and what the plants would look like when they were mature before I headed over to Green Thumb to pick
that's
them
the
up.
way to do it, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys want some ideas, head on up there. And
so we have the signs, and then we also have a full list of all the plants that are in the garden on our website. And
that's great.
Yeah, so the intent here is to make it, I think you're aware there is legislation pending at the state. They call it Conservation a Way of Life, which will put permanent restrictions on water use that we'll all have to live within, which is a good thing. So this is just our way of trying to help educate people and give them the best information we can to help move in that direction.
Very good. I'm going to ask Scott to come up to my house and take the lawn out of my yard, because my backyard, I'm like...
We'll get the Boy Scouts to help like we did with our garden.
It's not a big patch of grass, but just to mow it, I'm done. Done with grass.
Well, there you go. That's another benefit of drought-tolerant landscaping.
All right, we're going to move on to something that has been going on for a few months and will continue for a few more. And of course, that's the phase 2 of the recycled water distribution system. And this is just another way to reserve water, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we installed our phase 1 a couple of years ago. I think in 2014 was when that came online, and it was about 1,000 acre feet when it was all done, just under 1,000. And this is about a 25 to 30% expansion of that. This one's all in Laguna Woods. We have our west side near Gate 9, which is about 60% complete, and the east side, which is almost done with the main backbone system. So I think we ended up with a good contractor that's working on that. We've gotten compliments on, I know there's disruption in the community, but they've been trying to minimize that as much as possible.
Is this the same contractor as last time?
It's one of them.
Okay.
We actually had 3 separate contracts on the first one because it was much bigger.
Yeah, it was.
And this is a single contractor doing the mains. And then in addition to the main construction, which we expect to be done by July, early summer, we're also working on all the site conversions, because you now have to go on and we have to switch out all the meters and make sure we have all the signage and tagging, and that takes another 6 months or so to get all of that done. So by the end of the calendar year, we expect that system will be complete, and we'll be saving another 260 acre feet of potable water.
Very good.
Yeah, so it's about, I think with this expansion, it's going to be about 20% of our water deliveries are going to be recycled. So that's huge for us, since everything else is through the imported water system.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, if you want more information about the water project that they're doing, the demonstration garden, it's easy to go to. etwd.com is the website, and from there you can get all kinds of different information. And I want to thank you for coming on. I know Scott, if you're watching this in the morning, is going to the dedication of that garden. So you have to kind of skedaddle out of here. But
I do, and I'll also add, real fortunate, we serve 5 different cities, and if they all show up, we have all 5 mayors coming to our dedication ceremony today. So I think everybody recognizes how important conservation is, and we appreciate that.
All right. Thank you, sir. Always good to see you. We'll see you again soon.
Yes.
And we'll be right back.
Thank you, Ken.
I'm a strong believer that there's something for everyone out there. But some people never stop searching. I've looked long and hard through these parts, and I thank my lucky stars I stumbled across a special place, a unique place, where you never know what you'll find. The Trading Post, only on Channel 6.
Pacific Cremation Society offers the same cremation services as traditional funeral homes at a fraction of the cost. When your choice is cremation, choose Pacific. All of your arrangements, whether at the time of need or in advance, can be made simply and easily. You can choose to meet with our cremation specialist, or you can make arrangements online. Become a Pacific Cremation Society member and receive reduced prices. Call or visit us online.
I started Sterling Financial under the premise that there was a need for integrity in this industry as well as quality service.
There's such volatility in the stock market. One day it could be up 100 points, the next day it could be down 500 points. Well, what we like to do is be able to have people go to bed and wake up the next morning knowing that their money is safe and secure.
That's what we try to do here at Sterling Financial Advisors, is to create peace of mind and quality of life in retirement.
Hello folks, this is Dan O'Weiler, the retirement professor. I'm sitting here with Jeffrey Rodriguez from the Social Security Administration, here to answer some questions regarding Social Security. Jeffrey, welcome today.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I know that from time to time you're on the network here talking about Social Security, trying to get information out to people on how they qualify, and I thought that I'd sit down with you, ask you some questions that I get from clients along the way to help people kind of understand a little bit better what the Social Security system is and how it works in our lives. Would that be okay?
Oh, that'd be great. Appreciate it. And that's really what my job is, to get out there and get the information out.
The positive information, right?
The correct information.
Right.
I won't say positive because sometimes people don't like what we say,
that's true.
but it's the truth of it.
Right.
So better than waiting for some other source and myths and all these things that are created, let's get the correct information.
Right. Well, first of all, one of the questions that I have when people come in and check me is do I even qualify for Social Security?
Right.
Those are things that sometimes wives will ask or people that haven't worked. How do you go about qualifying for Social Security?
You know, it's a great question because most of the people don't even realize how they become eligible.
Mm-hmm.
They just know I've worked, I guess I'm now eligible. You know, they get mixed between private pensions and what Social Security does. So the way that someone qualifies for retirement benefits is kind of a couple steps. One, they work and they earn what we call quarterly credits. So obviously quarterly 4, so there's 4 credits maximum that someone can earn in a year.
Okay.
Is
there an amount of money they have to earn?
Correct. So
in order to get
1,220 in a year.
Okay.
We'll give them 1 credit. So after 4,880, they've met their year to hit the 4 quarters.
Okay.
But you also have to remember, we're going to use 35 years of work in order to come up with their benefit amount. So if a person only works the minimum to hit the credits, meaning they've worked 40 credits equal to about 10 years worth of work, their benefit, 10 years compared to the 35 is a third already.
Yes,
the average benefit, just a little over $1,200. I think next year or this year it came out to about $1,300.
When you say the average, that includes the people and spousal benefits as well.
Right. Everybody receiving under retirement benefits, the average comes out to about $1,300 per person of retirement benefits. So if they've worked only a third of what the potential or what we're going to use to develop their benefit amount, a third of $1,200, $1,300, $300, $400 maximum. So the person can realize, hey, I'm not going to get very much. So, but that's still okay if they didn't really work much. Let's say like a spouse that didn't work out of the house, raised the children, and went back into the workforce for a little bit, may barely only get those credits.
So if she doesn't work, like you said, she raised her family, didn't work, then went back into the workforce at age 60, worked till age 66, she probably wouldn't have enough of her own credits. Would that be correct?
You know, so we're going to pull up and say, well, how many credits did you earn? And so if they don't hit the 40, there is no benefit for that person. And you know, unfortunately, that's kind of where the line is. You
probably have to have a spousal benefit. Would that be
which
correct?
moves into the next area, which is a great, you know, kind of segue into if the spouse isn't eligible, the person isn't eligible on their own record, then they can look to a spouse record.
Okay.
So a spouse, what the spouse benefit says is, since you didn't work and you took care of the kids, we're going to cover you under your spouse's record. So the spouse's benefit.
So you get credit for raising kids.
So to speak, yeah, it's work, it's hard work. So they'll be able to file under
Some of them might trade places with the working spouse to have the other one take care of the kids.
Most of the working ones know that it's a lot of work. It's 24 hours versus an 8-hour, 10-hour day.
Right.
So the benefits for the spouse are 50% of what we call the primary insured amount. amount. That means the full retirement age amount.
Okay.
So when someone goes in and sets up a My Social Security account and they have
There's a
access to
website,
on our website, they'll go in.
SocialSecurity.gov or something?
Correct, socialsecurity.gov. So they'll go in and they'll see how to set up the My Social Security account, walk through, and once they set that up, then they're able to go in and look and see how much is that primary insured amount. So they'll see their statement, and let's say it's $1,200. So the spouse is eligible to 50% of that. Okay. $600 at her full retirement age.
Which could probably 66 and a half or whatever.
Depending on when she was born and all of that. So now we're looking at the spouse saying, okay, you're eligible to 50%. She can take a reduced at age 62 as long as she doesn't go over the income requirement, which is $15,000 a year.
Now, if she takes it at age 62, at age 66, can she go up to the higher amount that she would have gotten at age 66?
Great question. Most people think like, oh, so then it kicks in. No.
Okay.
Whenever someone starts receiving a benefit, whether it's the number holder on their own record, a spouse on their record, the moment that person starts a benefit, that is their benefit amount. So if a spouse receives a auxiliary spouse benefit and a reduced amount, that's the amount for
even though the spouse even defers to age 70, they're still only going to get the amount they took at age 62.
And the spouse will only go up to their full retirement age. There's no delayed retirement credit for a spouse filing on the number holder.
I see.
So if the spouse is waiting to get the maximum amount, the true total 50%, it's not going to go over that. That would be at their full retirement age, whether 66 or integrated up to 67.
So if somebody turns age 66 and says, okay, I'm retiring, I want to start kicking in Social Security, how do you go about applying for that?
Real easy. You know, I've seen these things out there, and you've probably seen them too, you know, all these different ways someone can file.
Right, hundreds of different ways that you can file for Social Security. We'll tell you the best way, right?
And maybe what they're speaking about is maybe you grab a cup of coffee and a donut, maybe it's over lunch. I don't know what their different ways are. There's really three basic ways. The first way is to go online, which is the quickest, easiest, and I would say the most accurate way.
You can actually apply online.
You apply online for your
retirement. Don't have to go down to the office.
Don't go down to the office. Don't have to get a hold of us. You apply online. And there's during that path, as you go through and you're filing online, if you truly have a question or need to get a hold of us, there's a section there that you can say, you know, I need to speak to a representative. Please give me a call. We'll honor that. No problem. We'll speak to them.
Sure.
If not, then the next way, if they're not going to file online, would be calling our 800 number and setting up an appointment.
Okay.
And they'll call and either set up a phone appointment or an office appointment.
Okay.
And then the other way would be just walking into the office. But
that's like walking into the DMV, you know, without an appointment.
Yeah,
you know,
something you don't want to do unless you got maybe a small lunch you're going to go out and snack on during it. We just don't know. We can never. People ask, "What's the best day?"
Right.
Who knows? It just depends on the volume.
Now you have an office here in Mission Viejo, correct?
We have 6 offices throughout Orange County. Okay. We have one in Mission Viejo, in Fountain Valley would be the 2 closest around the area here. Mission Viejo would be the one that covers here out of Laguna Woods.
Okay. Well, Jeffrey's been a great resource for us, for myself and the residents here of Laguna Woods. I know that you've been a great resource in the past and will continue to be, so we appreciate that. If you'd like some help, folks, in sitting down and kind of doing some retirement income planning, you can talk to us at Sterling Financial Advisors. Give our office a call at 859-8900. We'd be happy to sit down with you on a complimentary basis and kind of look at some options for you in regards to Social Security and planning. Again, not knowing the best time because we don't have a crystal ball, but obviously we'd like to sit down and maybe look at some options for you that might give you at least some things to talk about. We've got a little brochure called the Social Security Decisions that if you'd like to get a copy of this, again, give our office a call at 949-859-8900. We do complete retirement planning at Sterling Financial. Hopefully we'll hear from you. If not, we hope you have a happy retirement. Thanks so much.
You're on the back 9 heading for the clubhouse. Your dreams of spending time with family and enjoying retirement are just within reach. What happens if you end up in the rough? In these uncertain times, it's crucial to be prepared with sound advice.
Sterling Financial Advisors is one of Southern California's premier retirement income planning firms. For a complimentary consultation, call 1-949-859-8900. Sterling Financial Advisors, helping you create a winning strategy.
South Bay Jewelry has established trust in Laguna Woods for over 35 years.
We are expert GIA gemologists and appraisers of jewelry, estates, watches, and valuables. It is evident that South Bay Jewelers' recipe of superior customer service, quality, and trust is the reason for continued success in Laguna Woods. We specialize in custom designing, bridal and anniversary, and watch and jewelry repairs, with all services done on the premises.
South Bay Jewelry, next door to OPA in Aliso Viejo.
Well, with me right now is Gina Watson. She's the owner of South Bay Jewelry. And Gina, it's great to have you on today.
Thank you, Ken.
And you've got this program we're going to talk about. We've talked about a few times, the Legacy program. But part of what we're going to talk about today is how people who are watching might have some old jewelry, valuable jewelry. It's not something they're going to wear anymore. They're trying to figure out, what should I do with it? Maybe I want to give this to somebody in the future, maybe incorporate it within my trust or my will or whatever it might be. And this is where you can help out, right?
Absolutely, Ken. So the Legacy program was developed so that we could help our seniors. And with our 35 years of experience here working in the village, the experience I've had with the elders and their families after the fact that they have, in fact, willed off a lot of the items that I've kind of shown here to family members, that they would come back in and sell these items. And these items are what we try to discuss with the elders. The Legacy program, we sort through and we divide the items up so that the elder has a awareness of items that are what we call unwanted jewelry and items that would be for sentimental reasons that their family members would want those special items. And then we give them many different ways that will be their choices of how they can disperse these items correctly without just being kind of blinded and not really realizing what they have. And we've learned through these many years that there is no other program that has been available to help and assist our elders. And that's why I have developed it, and we work with the Legacy program by appointments here in our store in Aliso Viejo.
And one of the things that you really help with is finding out the value of these things, particularly if you appraise them, and particularly if people want to put this in a trust or a will, or they're not ready to maybe give it away yet. They know they will, but even unless you know the value of it for obvious reasons, you're not going to be able to really have that all set up, because when you go to whoever's helping you write up those things, they're going to want to know what's the value of these, and for insurance reasons, for many reasons.
Right. So one of the big things that we really see a lot in families is that they give the family members the box of jewelry. They've got 3 children. The children now have to go through the box, and they've got to figure out which items, Mary's going to have, Bob's going to have, and Cindy's going to have. And now they've got a quarreling factor that happens. So what we do in the Legacy is we work with the individual. We look at the items that, let's say, they disclose down to the items that they want the family members to have. We insist, or we help them with the appraisals. The appraisals are going to give them values. The kids need to see apples to apples and instead of apples to oranges, what these values are so that they can decide between these 20 items and then they can look at the amounts. And then if they match up to an equation where the kids feel comfortable, you have a happy ending. But what happens so often is that doesn't happen. The kids end up fighting about it. They come in. We have to work with either selling the items through the trustee, where the children now have, it's out of the children's hands because there was never anything written up. And now the children have to go through the trustee. The trustee sells everything. So the children get nothing except for the money. And you've got a very unhappy situation. There's family problems and family strife. And we try to eliminate that with the legacy program.
Okay. When people bring things in, what is the first step that you do? They might bring in, if you've got stuff here, and somebody may bring in that amount or more. Do you sit down and you just kind of lay it out? Do you go one by one, or do they leave that with you for a few days and you take the time to go through them?
Right. Well, thanks for asking, because what we do is we really insist they bring everything, all those little boxes and chests and all those items that are sitting at home that they have no clue about. They need to bring it to us so that we can help guide them with what these items are that have been sitting from their families, for generations, and they have no clue. So we sort them. We have a legacy checklist that we go through. We discuss with them who their heirs are that they would like to think about. And many times, Ken, they've forgotten about some of the special people in their life. And so we're able to really look at those individuals as well. So we take the items, we sort them into groups. And through our experience, I can tell you through the family members that do come to us, the unwanted jewelry. So I will show them the unwanted jewelry. I will show them the jewelry that they're going to, a lot of times the individuals say, Gina, the kids aren't going to want these items. They already know that. So those are the items that we look at. Either the unwanted jewelry, I recommend that the client sells the items and puts the money in their pocket and uses that money for whatever they wish to do. The jewelry that's items that can be consigned, which they can either consign it to benefit more money for them, or they can sell it outright, which is not one of my favorite things to recommend for them because it's going to be a limited amount of money for them. When we do online, we have a very big online presence. We're listed as one of the dealers, best known dealers in the world, and I sell along with London and New York these consigned items. And these items now are sent out to the world, and they're sold at a better price than just Little Orange County sitting in a jewelry store. So this is what we would do with the items, as well as the next group is, well, we have your individuals that you would like to gift these items to, that you would like your heirs to have. Let's look at the condition of them. This ring with this diamond is falling apart. Would you like to recondition it? If not, at least you know that this will go to Mary. Let's do an appraisal for her so it's documented. And now we have the documentation and we look at the condition of the jewelry. The next group of items is, let's say, and we do this quite often, there's a ring or there's an item which we would separate down to 3 or 4 individual items that we would gift to the children. Maybe a ring with 4 rubies, and we would make 4 little pendants. And this is a lovely thing that just really brings a smile on our elders. So that's the legacy program. And at any time, the individual, the consigned items, they want to sell it quicker, we find a way to sell it quicker for them. But this is their choices, it's their decision, and they have control over it.
All right, very good. Now, of course, the first step is getting hold of Gina and the folks that work up there, and they're right up here in Aliso Viejo, by the way, so not far away. The number is 949-643-1777. SouthBayJewelryOC.com is the website, and you can see how they can help you out. And the first step is going up there and finding out what your items are worth, and then what you want to do with them.
Yes, just call for an appointment.
All right.
All right.
Always good to see you.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
You take care, and we'll be back. So on.
Trying to figure out which of our possessions are valuable can be a challenge. For 35 years, we have worked and consulted with our friends in Laguna Woods to help organize their possessions and heirlooms. South Bay Jewelry has established trust to organize your possessions and heirlooms, guiding you with your most valuable items to help decide what to sell and appraise and preserve your legacy. South Bay Jewelry, next door to OPA in Aliso Viejo.
My father was a quiet man, and honesty was premier. Prior to his passing, it was emotional. The folks at O'Connor made it easier. They just went over and above and helped me get through this. If you have to go through this process, stop by O'Connor. You will not be disappointed.
At O'Connor Mortuary, our commitment is to serve our community with care and compassion.
Different is powerful, yet calming. Different is a friendly smile. Different is accepting, not judging.
Different is the unexplained, left to the imagination.
A day without plans, to walk, to explore, a coastal drive with no destination. Different is anything but predictable. Different can be good. At South County Lexus, you'll find different is amazing.
Did you know that we are living longer, healthier lives than ever before? And did you know that social interaction, brain stimulation, and exercise improve your quality of life? Did you know the Saddleback College Emeritus Institute offers 200 tuition-free classes to older adults in South Orange County? With over 30-plus locations between Lake Forest and San Clemente, it has never been easier to take advantage of your third act of life. Sign up today.
Our movie today is I, Tonya, and this is, of course, based on the Tonya Harding story, and it takes place all the way from the time she was a little girl to up at the time of the infamous U.S. figure skating championships that involved Nancy Kerrigan. We all know what happened there. This is done in sort of a documentary style, even though it's all actors that are in this portraying the roles. Many times there are interviews done this, and they're word for word what the interviews were actually done with Tonya Harding and her mom at the time. Allison Janney plays the mother and did such a good job. She earned an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, and it is it's a really unique look at Tonya Harding, and I think if you haven't seen any background on her before, you'll end up having a different view of her. Really good movie. As I said, won an Academy Award. It was up for several other awards. Margot Robbie, she plays Tonya Harding, and this will be today at 2 o'clock and at 7 o'clock, and it's brought to you by Breastlink. Now, our movie on Monday is another movie that really involves a relationship between the mother and daughter. It's a coming-of-age story called Lady Bird. And this is about the turbulent bond between the mother and her teenage daughter, and how the daughter is growing up in an area, it's Sacramento during 2002, and she's just strong-willed and just, waiting to break out on her own. And the mother, played by Laurie Metcalf, is a nurse who works tirelessly to keep her family afloat after Lady Bird's father loses his job. She meaning Laurie Metcalf, won Best Actress for her role in this. And I said this the other day, if you don't recognize the name, if you were a fan of the old and now new Roseanne show, Laurie Metcalf played Jackie on that show. And I should say does play Jackie because that show is back. So great movie. We'll bring that to you on Monday. and that is brought to you by Sterling Financial Advisors. Lady Bird, really good movie. A lot of good movies coming up. We have in the month of April, Star Wars, which I'm looking forward to. Actually, I've seen it, so I'm very happy about that. Jumanji is an action movie, a real fun kind of family movie starring Dwayne Johnson about a group of teenagers that get basically sucked into this video game. And it's really well done, fun movie. Faces Places is a documentary about a photographer in France. And then Molly's Game tells the true story of an Olympic-class skier who opened the world's most exclusive high-stakes poker game, illegal, I might say, underground in Hollywood, and gets targeted by the FBI. And then on our Monday movies, we have Downsizing and The Florida Project, and we have Breathe, and another Academy Award nominee, Phantom Thread. So really great movies coming your way here on Village Television. Very quickly, remember, tomorrow is the Easter event at the Equestrian Center. It's from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Bring the grandkids. Really fun event. They're having food there and Easter egg hunts and pony rides, all kinds of things. Now, they want you to park up at the maintenance center. That's the area that's above the Equestrian Center. Then they'll have shuttle buses coming down. So a lot of fun. The shuttle service will begin at 9:30. They want to make sure nobody parks. This is on their flyer here. Nobody parks at the animal hospital, which is across the street. So keep that in mind. But this is a whole lot of fun. Now, you're going to have good weather for it on, by the way, the Easter event is tomorrow, not on Easter. Because we've got some great weather coming your way, about 80 degrees today, a little less so tomorrow, but we are just going to have some very pleasant weather, just depending how much fog we get and how much clouds stay around. But other than that, we're still going to have plenty of sunshine going forward all the way into next week. We're going to stay in this pattern as we get into next week, closer to the low 70s or so, and some of that morning fog will stick around. But other than that, I mentioned earlier, this is kind of like the June gloom here as we start April. Around the state, absolutely beautiful. Everywhere you go, it's going to be sunny. Yes, there'll be some coastal clouds in the mornings and overnight. If you're headed up to the Sierras, absolutely beautiful up there. Sunny skies, fairly warm weather for this time of the year, and lots of snow. All right, you take care. Have a great Easter. See you on Monday.
Mama used to Mama used to